ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Our Heavenly Father, we offer you our thanksgiving. We thank you for everyone gathered here today to walk with you. May we ask you for your blessings and guidance so that the activities set for this undertaking be successful. We ask you to open our eyes to see the wonderful things from this activity. We ask that you open our ears so that we may retain the invaluable knowledge. Open our minds for us to think wisely. Lead us with understanding, cooperation, and peace in fulfilling our responsibilities. Open our hearts so that we may receive your everlasting love, and open our spirit so that we may know that you are with us all throughout the day. We ask all this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Okay, so before we start with the discussion of the projects, Ms. Sharina, the back secretariat, will be the one to call the roll for the attendance.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Jere. Okay, good morning once again. So before that, I'll call the attendance first. Okay, our back chair, Ade B. Madronio Jr., our vice back chairperson, Jeremiah H. Gaboya, our back members, Maria Dolores Salazar, Christian Felices, Maria Luz Branzuela. And for yours truly, procurement engineers, Naiba Kapala. For secretariat members, Jerome Padraki, Fritz Andrew Asignar, Winmar Pelina, Sara Belson, and Raymond Mateo. For the technical working group, headed by Evelyn Sueto, technical working group, Francis Kanya, Kenny Luis Mansueto, Marcelino S. Cortez IV, Jumel Rad Italingting, Rinaldo B. Padilio, and Corazon J. Amogis. And for the prospective bidders who are here, we have Socor Construction Corporation, Kimwell Jude Canlom is okay. Maricris Napoles, okay, from Rebecca Najiba Construction and Development. So for now, Mr. Chairman, we have only 2 prospective bidders who are present today.
Thank you, Ma'am Shah. So now let's go to the opening of the technical folders for each contracts. So now, stand corrected, sorry. Right, so planning, asan sinong, si Ariel lang, okay. So now let's give the mic to Engineer Ariel to discuss further about the contracts.
Thank you, Ade. Good morning, everyone. So for the first contract ID 24HH 0135 with contract name Convergence and Special Support Program, Basic Infrastructure Program, Multipurpose Building Facilities to Support Social Services, Construction of Multipurpose Building, Barangay Basak, San Nicolas. With the project description, buildings, construction, low-rise concrete, with the approved budget contract of 8.9 million, with the contract duration of 180 calendar days, And source of funds is GAA FY 2024. So to discuss further, asa to, sir? Kani? So this is a multi-purpose building, construction of multi-purpose building, gym at Barangay Basak, sa Nicolas. So I will discuss the items. This is basically, it basically consists of the usual kanang items for construction of gym. Thank you, sir. First and second, we have the provision and of combined field office and laboratory for the engineers. And then second part, we have the permits and clearances, the project billboard, the occupational safety and health program, and the mobilization and demobilization. And the third part, we have the earthworks. We have removal of structures since naapay obstruction dito sa site currently. And then next is structure excavation, and then embankment, and then embankment from structure excavation, and then gravel fill. For the structural works, we have lean concrete, structural concrete for wall footing, structural concrete for footings and slab on fill, and then structural concrete for columns, and reinforcing steel grade 40, and lastly is formworks and false works. For the finishing works, we have soil poisoning, and then CHB 150 mm non-load bearing for the walls sa gym, and then louver window sa katong sides, front ug back sa gym. And then for the structural steel, katuning makita din sa perspective. Kaning mga like kani din sa murag fence niya, and kani sa dire na sud ang structural steel, and then mo din ang louver sa front og dito sa other side. And then cement plaster finish for the napile nga CHB, and painting works for the masonry works, and then painting works rubberized sa flooring sa gym, and then painting works for the steel works. For the roof framing, complete ni with ridge roll, fabricated metal roofing accessories, flashing, fabricated metal roofing accessories for gutter, and then pre-painted metal sheets, rib type, long span. And then lastly is the structural steel roof framing. So nadara nasulod ang trusses, purlins, and kanang tanan sa roofing. For plumbing, we only have downspout and storm drainage since we don't have stage and comfort room or CRs. Drainage lang and downspout. Lastly is complete with the electrical works with the conduits, boxes and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breakers, and lastly lighting fixtures and lamps. Basahon ang target of works. This project aims to construct the multi-purpose building of Barangay Basak, Nicolas. The scope of works consists of concreting of footing, wall footing, columns, and slab on grade, installation of trusses, fence, and roofing, including steel, painting, installation of louver window, piling of 150 CHB, including plastering and concrete painting, and also installation of downspout and electrical works. I think that's all. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Today's pre-bid, we will be discussing the project name, repair, maintenance, installation of road safety features along national roads within the area of jurisdictions, with contract ID 24HH 0137. Project description, roads, traffic engineering, road safety devices, with appropriation 2.5 million, with contract duration 60 calendar days. The project data with item number E-1.1.1 parenthesis 6, provision of combined field office with 2 months quantity. Also with the item operation and maintenance of the temporary field office, laboratory, and living quarters for the engineers with 2 months duration. And other general requirements, B3, permits and clearances, B5, project billboards, signboards, B7, parenthesis 2, occupational safety and health program, B, the traffic management, B.9, mobilization and demobilization, and miscellaneous structures are the main structures, the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, white, with 1,596 square meter, and reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, yellow, with 397.8 square meter quantity. The project with corresponding locations on the index of sheets, page 4 up to page 4 is the location is Arellano Boulevard. The details there with pavement markings, pedestrian lanes, with corresponding numbers, and stop line on the details. On index of sheets, page 4 to page 18, we have specific locations with corresponding quantities. Drive on plans and diretso sa page 18, sir. Page 19, sir. On the plan 19, we have the schedule for the different pavement markings and quantities, so-called detailed quantity calculations with the column of different pavement markings, and we have the total on the white color of the thermoplastic. We sum up 1,596 square meter, and the yellow is 397.8 square meter. That is based on the specific locations of the thermoplastic pavements markings. And page 20 there. Yes, on the page 20 we have the general notes and the standard specifications and the technical specifications and construction requirements. We have the detailed also. That's all. Thank you.
Hello, good morning once again. I'm here to discuss the 3 remaining contracts. First is 24HH0138. The contract name, Repair and Maintenance, Asphalt Overlay along in Bacalso, Cebu South, S0004CB, kilometer 4 plus 060 to kilometer 4 plus 140. Project description, roads rehabilitation asphalt with an ABC of 5.2 million with a contract duration of 61 calendar days. So this project has a net length of 80 meters. So ang location nato is from Kinalumsan Bridge 1, so doon sa kilometer 4. So from kilometer 4 musukod ang 60. So makita nato dito sa site na nasa'y existing concrete sa kilid, then sa tunga is ang existing dilapidated asphalt, no? So ang atong scope of work is ang kaning existing dilapidated asphalt, nakakuhaan mo ni siya, o taas ni siya elevation sa existing asphalt. So ato ning iscarify of 50 mm, then ilay nato og ang full width niya ilay nato og 50 mm. So maro ibalik ra nato, pero full width na siya. So ang existing concrete makaber na siya og asphalt, no? So mao ni atong thermoplastic. So including ani ang thermoplastic paint, no, which is consists sa white and yellow. For the item 6121, mo ng white. For the item 6122, so for the yellow. So for the white, we have edge line, both sides, and then broken line, and then for the center line, double center line. So mao ni siya atong pavement marking plan. For the next project, 24HH0139, repair and maintenance asphalt overlay along N Bacalso, Cebu South, S00344CB, kilometer 6 plus 4 to kilometer 6 plus 201. Project description, road rehabilitation asphalt with an ABC of 6.2 million with a contract duration of 67 calendar days. So, ang project is located at doon sa San Jose. Diri sa may Basak, masiguro na. No? Doon sa San Jose, sa may kinasang-an dapit. So, ang scope of work na to is clarify na to 50 mm ang full width, ang katulang southbound. Kaya ang pikas nga lane is lahi mo to nga section ID, which is ari rata sa 344CB. So, is-clarify na to 50 mm, then ilay po na to siya og 50 mm. Then after that, natay thermoplastic pavement markings nga install balik, which is mo to ang edge line o ang broken line. Kani. Ang total length niya ani sa kaning project is 197 meters, no, for the second. And then for the last one, repair and maintenance asphalt overlay along MG Quinco Avenue, S0010CB, chainage 1012 to chainage 1156. Project description, road rehabilitation asphalt, ABC 6 million, contract duration of 67 calendar days. For MG Quinco, so ang MG Quinco is located near at Tihiro Bridge or diri sa Tihiro Elementary School. So good anang pedestrian lane sa kalang Tihiro Elementary School. Kung makita nato dito, so ana siya so good. Then mo end siya diri sa junction sa Tipadilla Street and MG Quinco. So for the scope of work, so mao gyapon is clarify gyapon nato siya og 50 mm full width, then ilay pud nato siya og 50 mm. So ibalik ra nato. For the pavement markings, no, so naatay pedestrian lane nga install balik, then naputay edge line, center line, broken lane line, and solid lane line nga 30 meters. Then ang diri sa solid lane lines ngayon katungod ani is double yellow center line. Then natay stop bar, then natay crosswalk, and the junction box. So that's all for the last project. Thank you. O na mo yung mga pangutana regarding sa project, sa maintenance, doon lang mo sa maintenance. Itaalan nyo si Engineer Danny o ako kung regarding sa mga location na may i-clarify. Thank you.
Josh. Thank you, Dong. Mana, Dong? Okay, play na to ang instruction to bidders.
Good morning once again for the additional information for the bidders. For the documents to be submitted, these following requirements will be discussed in the preparation of the documents. First, for the technical proposal, the basic eligibility requirement during the submission of bids in the PhilJEP certificate of registration and membership must be current and updated in accordance with the provisions of the IRR. And its registration is proper and relevant to the particular type of procurement. In lieu of the Class A eligibility documents uploaded and maintained current and updated in the PhilJEPs. Bidders are required to submit their PhilJEP certificate of registration during bid submission. Next, if ang bidder is not enrolled in CWA, the bidder must attach validated pickup license and registration, statement of all ongoing and completed government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, whether or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid, within the period provided in the bidding documents, given emphasis as per Department Order number 36 series of 2015. For this, strong emphasis is given to this matter since this will be strictly revalidated and checked upon during the detailed bid evaluation. Non-compliance of this is subjected for sanction per DEO number 17 series of 2015 under the 3-strike policy report. Next, statement of single largest completed contract or SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid at least 50% of the ABC. Net financial contracting capacity or NFCC, computation and statement of total assets and liabilities. Next is the mayor's permit or business permit must be present. Tax clearance, audited financial statement, duly received by BIR at least 2 years from bidding date, income tax return or ITR. Next is for DTI for sole proprietorship and CDA for cooperatives. For a corporation, there should be a secretary's certificate or board resolution duly notarized indicating the authorized and designated signing official. Next, JVA, if applicable, which requires special pickup license and registration with percentage of 2 contractors. For the bid security, the contractor can choose among the applicable forms of bid security, which the duration is 120 calendar days per RA 9184. The bidder shall submit a bid security declaration or any form of bid security in an amount not less than the required percentage of the ABC in accordance with the following schedule. Cash or cashier's check issued by the Universal of Commercial Bank, which is 2%. Now, bank draft guarantee or a revocable letter of credit issued by Universal or Commercial Bank, provided, however, that it shall be confirmed and authenticated by a universal or commercial bank if issued by a foreign bank, which is 2%, surety bond upon demand issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security, which is 5%. Any discrepancy in the amount even a centavo means non-compliant. If the validated exceeds 120 calendar days, the contractor should renew and submit a new bid securing declaration or BSD, considering that all legal, technical, and financial documents should still be valid during award. Number 4, bid security in prescribed form for the amount and validity period. For project requirements, the bidders should attach the organizational chart for the contract to be bid including the list of contractors' key personnel, to be assigned to the contract with their complete qualification data and affidavit of commitment to work on the project of the contractor's key technical personnel, which there must be no duplication of key functions wherein assignments of several projects of key personnel is strongly discouraged because it was found out that some contractors have one project engineer with multiple ongoing contract projects. The 5 key technical personnel must have experience similar to the contract project to be bid at least 50% of ABC, or as follows: project manager is not necessary a licensed civil engineer. However, the experience should have minimum of 5 years experience of same position and 3 years experience of similar position. Project engineer must be duly licensed civil engineer. Should be current and updated with minimum of 5 years experience of same position, 3 years experience of similar position. For the materials engineer, must be a licensed civil engineer with minimum of 5 years experience of same position, 3 years experience of similar position, duly DPWH accredited materials and quality control engineer. Foreman with minimum of 5 years experience of same position and 2 years experience of similar position. For the safety and health officer with a certificate duly accredited by DOLE as safety officer. The bidder should have a safety officer 3 or SO3 regardless of amount and category, wherein the requirements and appointment, designation, and job description as safety officer. If the company doesn't have a safety officer, they should attach a pledge of commitment to undertake training or for the info. They were advised not to manufacture the experience of their key technical personnel just to suit the requirements. All the licenses and credentials of the key technical personnel must be current and updated. This attachment should be visible and have a clear copy. The BAC advised that the pledged project engineer for the project should not be conflicting with other projects, considering that the supervision will be difficult, and this is one of the reasons that will cause negative slippage. A project engineer can handle within the same jurisdiction but outside is quite questionable for his capacity to supervise. List of contractors, major construction, and lab equipment units owned, leased, or under purchase agreements must be supported by proof of ownership or lease or purchase and certification of availability of equipment from lessor, vendor for project duration. Certification of minimum laboratory equipment duly certified by any DPWH office as per DEO number 80, series of 1990, and reiterated for strict compliance as per DEO number 138, series of 2015, DEO 11, series of 2017, to ensure that the said certification is current and updated, which has only 1 year validity and still subject for post-qualification. Construction Safety and Health Program for DO 129, series of 2014. The preparation of the Safety and Health Program is component of the technical proposal as per department order, of which the limitation is 1 safety officer within limited jurisdiction on the limits not exceeding 50 million. However, the project must have 1 first aider, and it is not necessarily approved considering that this will be resubmitted if they will be awarded to the project. The compliance of construction Omnibus 1 statement assigned items. They should comply with a standard form wherein, in absence of one item, it will be rated as failed. For the affidavit of site inspection, inspection of the project site is encouraged in order to validate the site prior to dropping of bids to avoid future problems. Because the contractor has the responsibility to complete the project once awarded to them. For the financial estimate, including a summary sheet containing the unit prices of construction materials, labor rate, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid. So, muna ang dapat inyong detail muna ay yung material, ang labor, o ang material. Ang lump sum na to, no? Muna atong gikuan to before, di mo malikayin ang lump sum na to, ang item na aman ang lump sum. Usually na sa mga building, mga project, doon lang din mo sa planning, pwede mo maayo o breakdown sa lump sum. No? For tuan po na siya for smooth implementation sa project. No? So makabuo ka din mo ang sa-isort sa lump sum. Hindi mo para sa ibang item, post square, na ano doon, lump sum. Kung bidder will be determined as lowest calculated responsive bid and subsequently to be awarded for the contract. All bidders are of equal footing, thereby bidders are advised to include all taxes, other fiscal and duties as mandated by law in all items of work, which details are shown in a detailed estimate. For the post-qualification, the bidders are advised to read Department Order number 127, Series 2018, and other issuances relative to this matter, since the BAC will be very keen and strict on the conduct of post-qualification process, considering that the concerned officials or employees, including the concerned BAC members, will be liable to the administrative penalties if this directive will not be followed. As per DO number 127, the contractor will not be awarded with a certain project if it has a negative slippage of at least 15% in a single contract or at least 10% in two or more contracts. During post-qualification, even though the contractor is the lowest bidder, still it is subject for further verification to ensure the compliance of the requirements of the contract. With that, the office will be sending a letter being the lowest calculated bid, which within 5 days from the receipt of notice, the bidder must submit the latest income and business tax return and other appropriate licenses, permits, and other legal documents required and stated on the bidding document and as stipulated in the said communication. If not complied within 5 days, the next calculated lowest bidder will be notified. So, you're only given 5 days, no? On the other hand, the office will be sending a letter of inquiry on the committed failure on the bidding. And thus, this communication must be acted upon the contractor in the required time frame. Otherwise, without action taken, it will be relatively resort to sanction, which will fall on the three-strike policy with a tantamount of blacklisting, suspension of the contractor. If the bidder will commit 3 mistakes in a year, then they will be recommended for further sanction. Moreover, the qualification and experience of the key technical personnel is subject for verification as part of the post-qualification process. They are allowed to replace their key personal technical, which they have to write a letter 14 days prior to the proposed replacement, duly approved by the HOPE of the office. The BAC will be strict on the compliance of the equipment as part of post-qualification. It is stated as per DO number 127, series 2018. The contractor can attach in the proposal the list of equipment or agreement to purchase or proposal to rent or agreement on the delivery of the equipment, so that the contractor will be assessed as compliant in terms of equipment requirement. The OR and CR must be present, no? Also, it must be current and updated, not expired. The equipment should be calibrated and accredited, and the registration should be current and updated. Whatever is stipulated in the BDS should be followed. An inspection could be conducted and the verification of equipment during other documents to be evaluated. Also, to be verified during post-qualification is the set of equipment pledged by the bid. The bidder should, in the submitted bid, location of the equipment, where they can be inspected. Ang atong TWG members kayo mo inspect kita sa inyong equipment pledge, no? If any piece of equipment is not in the specified location, then the bidder shall be post-disqualified as per Department Order number 9, series of 2012. 10 calendar days upon receipt of the NOA or Notice of Award, the contractor must comply the following. Notice of award with a bidder signed for a joint venture, contractor's PCAB license, special joint venture license, and joint venture agreement. Performance security in any of the forms specified in than the required percentage of the total contract price in accordance with the following schedule. Cash or cashier's manager's check issued by Universal or Commercial Bank, which is 10%. Bank draft guarantee or a revocable letter of credit issued by Universal or Commercial Bank, provided, however, that it shall be confirmed or authenticated by a Universal or Commercial Bank if issued by a foreign bank, which is 10%. Surety bond payable upon demand issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security, which is 30%. No? So, ang sa inyong construction method, kailangan ay form. No? Follow lang natin form. Ang construction schedule in the form of first CPM diagram or precedence diagram and bar chart with S-curve, cash flow. Contractors all risk insurance or CARE to be submitted during the period required in the submission of the required document and the award of contract. However, the effective date is on the effectivity of the contract. Latest income tax and business returns duly stamped and received by BIR and duly validated with the tax payments made. Tax clearance from the BIR to prove full and timely payment of taxes. For a local contractor, certification under oath stating that the contractor is free and clean of all tax liability. For a foreign bidder, for the summary,
Okay, so from our perspective, bidders, what ay question sa discussion, sa plans? If ever na amoy further question, kindly refer lang or doon lang sa planning and design section or sa maintenance section. We'll discuss those projects. So if what na, so the pre-bidding conference is officially adjourned. Thank you for coming.